everybody, it's Sharon here. Welcome back to my channel for those who are returning, and welcome to any new subscribers that may be visiting for the first time. So I'm having a little play, turn the camera on, not sure how this will go. I have these that I want to play with and I'm just going to see where it takes me. So I have a little idea in mind, not really sure how to explain it, so I figured it was better just to get stuck right in. And the tag that I have, oops, my ruler slipped. The tag that I have here is a tea stained manila file folder, and the collage paper that I have that I'm just tearing the white border edges off is from AntiquePaperie and is featured throughout this journal. And I'm using some of the alphabet letters from the paper pad that I'm using, which is from Stamperia. So I've just been working on some tags in my last couple of videos, and in line with that I'm going to create some more. And I've been trying to work out how to use the alphabet strips that I have. Actually, I'm going to tear this to size, I think, because I don't really want to waste any, and you'll see what I mean in a moment. I have bits everywhere. I haven't packed up from my last video, so you'll have to bear with me because I could have an avalanche while I'm in the middle of creating, but I was like, I don't want to clear my desk just yet because sometimes I reach for these things. So I'm going to fold this in half. Okay. As I said, I've had an idea. I don't know if it will work, but we will see. And I'm going to glue that together. So effectively I'm creating a two-sided piece of paper from my collage sheet. And yes, I could have printed one two-sided because I can now. Not that I'm skyding, but you don't understand my excitement about that. But I wanted the extra sturdiness, so I decided to take a single sheet and glue it together. Okay, so while that's drying a little bit, I want to ink my tag. And I'm going to do both sides. And I don't know if you've ever noticed or if I've ever shown you, but I think I have. The beautiful little magazine rack that I use as my photo prop when I take photos is where I store all of my beautiful tea stain tags. I just love the way it looks all together. So I've simply taken one of my tags from there. Now I have this little strip of alphabet letters and I decided that they looked really beautiful together, those papers. So I just need to try and cut it relatively to size so that the letters are displayed nicely. So I'm thinking about there. As you can see, this is an exact science. And again, I will keep that piece of paper because you never know what I will find to use it for. And I may just have to stop the video for a moment, just excuse me. Okay, sorry about that everybody. So I was just tearing this strip to size, so it will roughly be the same size as my tag. And I think I do want to try and don't know how this will go. Not too bad. I still have to do the other side yet. Okay, so I'm going to ink around this, both sides. I was just thinking it would have been quite fun when Stamperia designed this paper if they had have had the alphabet running vertically on one sheet of paper and horizontally on the other, just to give us more options. I really wanted to cut some of the strips vertically, but my letters would have been out of sync and it seemed strange to me, so I've cut them all vertically for that reason. Okay, I think I like the letters running that way. And then I'm going to leave that to sit a little bit longer. And I want to stamp this one, I think. And just making some room on my very messy desk. And this stamp is here and ready, so I will use it because it's featured through the book and I'm quite happy for it to continue to feature. And I have my Stays on Timber Brown, which I'm having trouble getting the plastic cover off. Okay, so I think I want a secondary impression for this. So I'm going to stamp on my sheet first, and again I've got the T on my acetate so that I know which way around it goes. Okay. And I'm really happy with that. Okay. Now I'm just wondering if I want some sort of stamp on here. These are the stamps that I've been featuring on this journal, and I don't know if I want to use them or something else. I quite like the little birdie told me, so I wasn't thinking I would use text, but I really like that. So I haven't used it before. I may have trouble getting it off, but we'll see how we go. If anybody ever discovers an easy way to get these off the acetate when you first get them off, please let me know. think I want it to run that way. So I'm just going to ink and test first. And again, I don't think I want it to be really dark, so I'm hoping this works okay. Actually, that's really pretty. Can you see how subtle that came out? I love that. I will admit, when I put it down, I wasn't sure if it would give me an impression or not, so I'm really happy that worked. Okay. And again, I've added to my stamp sheet, which is always lots of fun. And I'd really like to be able to pop this away very quickly. Sorry guys. Now, I want to, actually I'm going to pop this one here. Sorry if I bumped the camera just now. I'm just noticing this little birdie here. I'm hoping that's focused for you. I'm wondering if I want to add that bird. I did kind of like the bike on the front. I need to straighten this up just a tad. I probably would love to use that bird, except I feel like it's got half of its head cut off. In actual fact, I'm going to go this way. What's a girl got to do to get the ruler to stay still? I think I'll swap out and use my metal ruler for this. See if that helps. I think I went a bit crooked, but whoops. Actually, if I duck it over, I can straighten that up slightly. Now I don't want it that wide. How wide do I want it? I want it a little bit wider than this. So maybe I'll use this as my guide. All will be revealed, guys. All will be revealed. I can't actually see. That's the beauty of my plastic ruler. At least I can see through it when I'm lining things up. Okay, so I'm going to say about there. Not an exact science, as you can see. And I want it to be the same length. I need it to be straight. Hoping this will tear. Maybe need to take that out of the way. Okay. I'm wondering now whether I want that to be the back. I don't think I do. I think I want to leave the back plain. Okay. So I'm going to ink around this. I'm not going to worry about the top at the moment. Just, well, actually I will do the top now that I think about it. And I am going to do front and back. Okay. I'm going to say about there, and I'm going to paper clip those together. And I'm going to cut those corners off and hope that I don't lose any of my letters. So far so good. So I just need to add some ink to those, and then that's what I'm after. Oh, actually, I forgot I had those brads. I think I really like that. And I can't tell you where I got those from. I think I just picked them up from a craft store like Bargain Buys or somewhere like that. It does have an imperfection on that little pearlescent gem, but that's okay because I like vintage, so anything works really. Okay, and I am going to roughly mark my center because I don't trust my eyes. I'm going to say about, I'm hoping I'm on camera. Sorry if I'm not, guys. Going to open that out. Okay, so our tag can flip out and there will be writing space on the back of each of those tags. Now I do need to find something to keep that in place, and I'm thinking a little piece of washi perhaps will do the trick, I'm hoping. So what do I have? I think I may run that across the top, so, and then just cut off the excess, and hopefully that will hold the brad in place but still allow movement to open and close it. I may actually add a little bit of the quick adhesive, I'm not sure. Hopefully this will be enough. And this as well will offer a really pretty topper on the back of that tag. So some days I just love experimenting. And I'm going to use my old scissors. It's a really pretty butterfly on that, so I'm not going to discard that either. Sometimes I do question the amount of things that I keep. Now I'm going to cut that off because I have got glue on there. Actually, I'm wondering if I can, don't know if this will be a good idea, but okay. Very hard to get to the outside of this brad because of the ball on the front of the brad. So I'm just finishing that down as best I can. And that does still twist, and I'm not feeling any movement. There may be a slight movement, but I'm hoping that will hold okay. So I really love that. And they can journal on the front of that too if they'd like. As I said, I could have popped something on there, but I really like the idea of keeping it plain against the other papers, so I think that's lots of fun. And I am noticing that this is not quite lined up. Which is okay with me, I just didn't like that little corner hanging off. Actually, I love the unevenness of the bottom. Okay, so that's one of my ideas done. Hope you enjoyed that, I did. And then what else was I thinking? Oh yes, I set these aside. So another one of my coloured tea stained tags, and I'm thinking of creating a pocket on here with this pattern paper. And I'm just going to see if I can tear a strip. I'm not sure whether this will work or not. I'm trying to get it started. Okay, that didn't go too bad. I shouldn't have spoken too soon. I am trying to take the most ridiculous amount off the bottom right now. I don't want to waste it. How can I do this, guys? How? Most certainly a lot less slipping with a metal ruler, that's for sure. Okay. And I do want to take the top end off. I think I hold my breath when I do that around the edges of the paper. Okay. And I'm going to ink that. Oh my goodness, I just love this distress ink. I really, really do. Nothing ever seems complete until it's got distress ink on it. I'd put distress ink on everything if I could. And I'm going to do the same with the tag. And you can see on the back there's this lovely little spot for journaling. If they wanted to pop something separate, they can. And it has a nice little frame around it, which I thought was lots of fun for the back of the tag. Ink pad is letting me down again. Okay. I was like, which way did I have that? Have I done that wrong? Goes that way. It's quite a tall pocket actually. Okay, so I really want to add something to it. Just found this. I think that might make a really fun topper for my tag. I think I want some lace. I think it may go that way. My flower feels like it's upside down this way, so I'm going to make it this way. Or that way. I think that way is my winner. Oh yes, 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 yes. I really do love this lace. Okay. And what else do I want on there? Just looking at some of these vellum stickers that I received. Oh, I think that's really pretty. My greens are all working together. It's a bit big. And to make that tag work that way, I'm going to have to trim a little piece off, I've just noticed, but that's fine. Totally okay with that. Just popping out some of these butterflies so I can see whether I've got the right choice. Oh, see, I really love that too. That sort of ties in some of the blues. If you have a look here, what to do? See that blue? It's so similar. That's very fresh. Okay, what I might do is just tear it to size first. And that's another fun strip. I kind of really love the way that frames around the picture, around the flowers too. I think I'm going to go with that one. I think that's really pretty. I'm just trying to decide if I want anything up here. Try a label. Well, that's kind of fun. Done. I think I'm just going to keep it that simple. I didn't know how much I would love these labels. I think I'm going to have to print myself out a truckload because I feel like I'm using them all the time. So I believe this one is a Roxy Creations. So I'll just double check where I opened. Yes, I'm quite sure it's a Roxy Creations. And I did notice that she's just brought out some new ones. So I don't know how well these stickers take the ink, but I'm going to try. I have tried once before and it seemed kind of successful, but I don't know whether it will stay on there or whether it will come off. And I just remembered that I've got to try and get this off. Okay. Love that. And going to tack this down. And I will finish the rest of this tag off camera. I'm not quite sure how much longer I can keep going. I think my hubby's due home very shortly and may catch me out. I have pre-warned him this time. I'm hoping that's fairly straight. Yep, looks pretty good to me. Okay, so off camera I'm just going to sew my lace edge on, and then I'm going to sew around the whole tag, and I will add thinking if I fold it in half and do that for my tag. I really like that. So about there. And I believe this is just some white cheesecloth that I've cut into strips. I had it cut into strips for a different project and I found them really handy for my journaling, so it wasn't what I cut them for, but okay, so I'm just going to sew that on there when I zigzag around my tag. And I will of course share a photo with you at the end of the video so that you can see what the tag looks like once it's finished. But I think that's really pretty. Quite simple, I know, but still really, really pretty. I love it. Okay, popping that aside, so it's ready for me to sew. And I'm thinking the one I've got in my hand might be a bit big for this video. Another one of my tea stained tags. Just trying to see if there's letters of the alphabet that will fit, but it's not looking good. So my other option is to sorry guys, I'm thinking. I'm wondering if maybe I can create a tuck on the tag. I want colours that will work with that pink on the tag, so what letters have I overlooked? I think they're the ones, VW. Going to go with that. So and I have been inking this little white strip here. So these are printed on photo matte paper, or matte photo paper, sorry. And it's been taking the ink quite well. And I love the colour it makes the paper when I do that. And again, my mind's ticking over of whether I'm doing enough for this pocket, or this tag, sorry. Whether I could add something else. I believe I said when I turned the camera on there was no major plan. Really just creating ephemera for this journal and taking you with me. So this is all part of my thought process. Okay. My mind just went to fabric and I don't know why. And I don't know if this will work, but I'm wondering whether I can create a pocket. And this has a bit of a factory edge here, but when you see what I'm thinking, it will be covered. So, well, if it works. Oh, I don't think I like that. No, 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 no. No, I still really like that there. I know what I can do. Okay, so I just have a stencil here that I've cut using my Cricut. And I've used an acetate sheet. So I bought some trying to think of the word, makeup brushes to use for doing this with, and I have no idea where I've put them. I'm liking it much better already. Fabulous. Okay, so I'm popping that there. And I am thinking perhaps another piece of lace or fabric or something to soften that down. I do have this. I think that's kind of fun. Just remembering it has to go in and out of a pocket, so this might be a bit catchy. That might make a really nice topper instead. Oh, I haven't actually incorporated any wool yet. I really like that. So I think I'm going to just sew on a piece of wool along that edge. And then once I have tags and stuff inside there, that might be a bit tall. And a piece of, I've got some fabric in amongst that. Now I don't know if the white is clashing with the colour of the wool. So maybe a calico topper would be better. Well, that might be fun. Actually, that might be a bit fragile when you're taking paper in and out. But it does make me think about I'm looking at the alphabet and the fact that this is a brickwork back here, and all of a sudden I'm singing Humpty Dumpty to myself. It's a child's journal. I guess it's not a bad thing, but that made me giggle. Okay. Oh, the mind is a mysterious thing. I quite like that, but I don't know if it's right. These ones are a bit small. Try a square one. No. Does it need it or not? Or do I rub it this way? Nope, don't like that. If I'm questioning it too long, then it's not the right answer, I feel. So I think I know what it needs. I think that's what it needs. Does it need to be taller? I feel like coming from there would be really, really good. What about long ways? No, I want it that way. Sorry, I think I need a new sheet of music paper. I really love this music paper so much. Sorry about that. I think I just had that in the camera. Whoops. My bad. That's what I want. Oh golly, now I've got the Spice Girls in my head. You guys don't understand what it's like. Okay. Quick, let's move on so I can get these singers out of my head. Okay. I'm glad I got that sorted. I was starting to get worried about this tag. It just wasn't coming together the way I wanted it to. It's feeling a little lackluster. Okay, that's it. It's funny, you go to all the trouble of tea staining these to give them that beautiful colour, and it almost seems wrong covering them up. Just wondering whether I should make that. Bear with me, you'll see why in a second. I've got to work quick because my glue is drying. Okay. Whoops, put my fingers right over the top of the glue. Not very clever. Okay, so now I've got that glued down, I can explain to you why I swapped. On this side, it's going to be quite busy with, I've left a gluey fingerprint there, quite busy with tags and tucks and things. And I just noticed on this side it's got this beautiful tea staining, so I've decided to leave that as the back so that they can appreciate that. It's a little bit fun. I'm actually really glad that I saw that before I glued that music paper down. Sorry, I'm just cleaning my hands. So I'm going to sew all the way around. And I think I will add this yarn to this side. Or perhaps I'm wondering whether just to add it to the tuck. It almost reminds me of a creeping vine. What do I want it on that side? I'll think about that when I sew it together, but I think that will be fabulous. And tucking those in there, and I just want a piece of calico for the topper. Okay. Thinking maybe half that. That's better. feel like that needs an extra tag. And we may even be able to include that just as a journaling card. It's kind of fun. Just looking to see what other tags I have here. I think I like the alphabet letter. So I best add some ink to that and perhaps tear the other side. Let's see if I can use my ruler. Okay, so I will finish that off camera and I will take a photo to share with you and add it to the end of this video. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed that. We've managed to create a couple of fun tags. I think there's another one here. And I will finish those off and share with you shortly. See you soon. Bye.